Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will be reacting to last night's 2-0 victory against Barnsley in the EFL trophy. I'm going to go through the game, share my thoughts on the game and everything, so yeah, strap yourselves in, hope you enjoy, and if you do, please do make sure you do drop a like on the video. Really helps with the channel, guys. Honestly, if you drop a like, it's free. And also, if you could subscribe as well if you are stumbling across this video on YouTube, it would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let's get stuck into it then. So the lineup, a much changed lineup for Town, as expected. We very much rotated heavily in this tournament, so it was no surprise to me that we did make the amount of changes that we did. So there was actually 7 changes in total made to the starting lineup from the weekend. So yeah, lots of rotation. The full lineup reads: Chris Maxwell in goal, a back 3 of Longvik, Lees and Pearson. Just the one holding midfielder of Jonathan Hogg. And then the 4 attacking midfielders and wing backs. Sorensen on the right, Headley on the left, Evans and Herbie Kane in the centre, with Bojan Radulovic and Freddie Ladapo coming in. So yeah, as I say, plenty of these players didn't start the weekend, so it was good to see them get some minutes under the belt. On the bench, Ward and Healy returned to the bench, so more happier to see Healy return, But again, it's just how long he can stay fit now. He's just a liability, unfortunately. Amongst the other substitutes, Chapman was on the bench. Ruffles, Turton, Pender was on the bench, which for me, I thought it would have been a good, good opportunity for him to start, because, like I say, he doesn't get many minutes as it is. I know the other lads don't get many minutes, but I think Evans has started a lot more than Pender has. So maybe Pender should have started. Well, I would have started him anyway, personally. But he was on the bench. Kasumu on the bench too. As I said, Reece Healy and Danny Ward as well. So yeah, let's get into the game then. Look, I mean, obviously the first half wasn't the most exciting start to the game. Opening 5 minutes, not much happening. Mainly was just having the ball, but was going nowhere with it really. But then we did get our first cross into the box, first attacking kind of piece of play in the 8th minute. Sorensen delivering the ball in. Their keeper fumbled it, punches it up into the air, and before the defender for Barnsley clears the rebound ahead of Ladapo. So again, sometimes it's about who wants that rebound, who wants that ball more, and unfortunately, Ladapo was just not quick enough to react and didn't want the ball enough. Didn't want the ball as much as his opponent. By the way, I forgot to mention, Barnsley's side was very much changed as well. There were a lot of change for Barnsley too. So yeah, both sides heavily changed. A lot more youngsters for them on the pitch. So yeah, it was that I did forget to mention that. But yeah, that was the first clear attacking chance for us. Again, a few minutes later, we'd find ourselves going forward again. We won one possession in the Barnsley half. Hogg finding Healy on the left. His shot is deflected into the air by a defender. And then another Barnsley man has to block Herbie Kane's low drive on the rebound. So that pretty much came to very little. Now we had another corner. Again, Evans getting the ball in. Punched away by the Barnsley keeper. But only as far as Sorensen on the edge of the box, who was waiting. Trying to volley it back goalwards, but defender blocks his effort. So again, we were starting to find our rhythm at this point, and we were going forward a lot, and Barnsley just couldn't get hold of the ball and couldn't get up the pitch. to mount any kind of attack for them. But yeah, and then another chance for Town. About 10 minutes after that point, some really good quick passing between several players, several Town players. Evans heavily involved. It leads to a shooting chance for Ladapo in the area. He does work the goalkeeper, Killip, who saves low to his right at close range. But for me, for being critical, Ladapo should really have been testing him a bit more. It was more of a routine save that for me. It was never scrambling to get it to keep it out. It was a poor effort really. A few minutes later, again a corner for Town towards the back post. Lees heads it down. There's a big almighty goal. There's a big almighty scramble in the goal mouth, but somehow we can't turn the ball home. So I don't know how that didn't go in. To be fair, a few minutes after that, Sorensen again driving powerfully inside, down the wing. Tries a quick shot towards the near post, but McCarthy deflects the ball behind. But the corner didn't come to anything as Headley, didn't deliver very well. Pines headed the ball away. Another chance for Ladapo, who was almost clean on fruit. It wasn't a chance, but it was a big opportunity to try and get ahead of the defender, but in this case the goalkeeper. But again, Ladapo, he just doesn't seem sharp enough to me, and not enough pace either. So yeah, but look, the goalkeeper, like I said, Ladapo was almost put clean through for this chance by a poor back pass, but the goalkeeper for Barnsley is quick off his line and just gets the ball first to clear. And then Ladapo again seizes upon a poor pass inside the Barnsley half and dribbles to the edge of the box, but he skies his eventual shot. Just unbelievably poor effort again. Now, there was a big talking point. They were into injury time in the first half. There was a big talking point. Town, to me, it looked like we should have had a penalty. John Russell tackling Kane in the area, but the referee turns down the appeals. So, yeah, but it was a definite penalty in my eyes, but nothing given there. But yeah, that was half time. But look, my thoughts on the first half, we were clearly the better side, but nothing separated us at half time. We really should have been 2 or 3 up, to be honest, if you're being really critical of it. I don't understand why, well, I do understand it. We know how wasteful we are in front of goals at times. So, Ladapo missing. He had the best chance of the half, but he had multiple chances as well. The one that he blazed over the bar as well. So again, it's not surprising because again I go back to it. We need our strikers to be clinical. I'm not expecting them to score every single goal, but I think you need to be getting at least 1 in 2 chances. You need to be scoring 1 in 2. I'm not expecting you to score every single time you get a chance, but if we're being fair, really one of those chances that he had, those 2 chances he had, one of them should have been in the back of the net and failed to convert it. And yeah, it's one of those. This is a guy that apparently was coming into really, well, we know he wasn't coming to up the strength of the team, but you know what I'm saying. I don't understand the signing and never will. At the back end of his career, let's be honest, past his best, and but we're not going to get into that. But look, he should have made one of those chances count. That's the reality of it. Into the second half, though. It was a good chance for us early on in this half. We started the second half really well. Pearson overlapping Sorensen and sends a brilliant ball cross into the middle. but Evans heads the ball over. So again, just wasteful. Now there was the rare attack fault for Barnsley, but again, very much a chance that was just skewed wide by the Barnsley man, and yeah, it wasn't really any kind of danger. How's it happened? That was their only shot of the whole game. That is just incredible, isn't it? How they offered absolutely zero. Again, another ball into the penalty area. The initial ball is cleared to Sorensen, and then his cross is nodded across goal by Lundvik, but Bojan can't quite reach it. Which, again, another corner. Look, we've had so many corners the past few games, and we're just not taking them. I'm going to actually say a stat in a moment about how many corners we've had, and not one of them has resulted in a goal. So we need to improve on that one, that's for sure. But again, short corner from the right with Sorensen into space, but his cross is headed well over by Hogg at the near post. And finally, it was coming, the goal, it was coming, and we go 1-0 up. Finally, Ladapo puts one of these chances away. More on the goal, just before the hour mark. More on the goal, Evans received a pass from Lundvik, rolled his man and drove forward. He pushed the ball right to Radulovic, and his low cross found Ladapo, who placed the ball up. It was a tap-in. So he if he would have missed that chance, I think I would have been absolutely mortified. But yeah, it was an easy chance to score. It was a tap in, so no problem. So yeah, 1-0 ahead, and that was the catalyst to keep going forward again. And I think we upped it a bit, didn't we, when we got the goal? I think we started to really put the pressure on to get that second. And it only took a few moments for us to mount another attack. It was almost a second goal for us as Evans forces an error on the left, advances down the wing and crosses, but the goalkeeper Kilip gets a vital touch to stop Radulovic tapping home. And if he wouldn't have got anything to that, then Radulovic should have been there to get the ball into the back of the net. Again, another chance for Town. Fantastic save from their keeper, to be fair. It denies Lundvik, who gets on the end of Evans' low cross. Sorensen did well in the build-up as well, finding Evans in space with a great clip pass to him as well. So yeah, it was a good move. And then our first substitutions of the match. Ladapo came off, Bojan Radulovic came off, and Evans came off, and Reece Healy came on, Danny Ward and Tommy Orpenda in the 72nd minute. So yeah, good. Got some minutes under the belt for Healy, as I said earlier. And Orpenda is good to see. It was good to see him last night as well, and Danny Ward obviously coming back from injury. A further change from Town about 5 minutes after that. Sorensen came off for Ollie Turton. Good to see Ollie back out there, and we haven't seen much of him over recently. So again, more minutes in the legs for some of these players that don't get an opportunity much at the time. Now, we really did have a good attacking move again in the 82nd minute here. Really good interchange between Healy and Hogg. Releases the skipper into space down the right. He pulls it back to Healy, who shoots over the bar after making some room in the area. So yeah, he did look rusty after not having much, obviously been out with an injury. So yeah, it probably should have done better there, really, at least get it on target. But I'll just put it down to the fact that he hasn't played much football in recent weeks. And then a red card in the game, which went to Barnsley centre-back Donovan Pines, who brings down Tommy Orpenda from behind. just as he looks to enter the Barnsley penalty area. It was very blatant, last man, and he knew exactly what he was doing. A good piece of attack. You can always rely on your Penty to drive the ball forward. He's got no fear. He loves to get forward, and he did just that here. And he was brought down, and it was a red card in the 84th minute, and Barnsley found themselves reduced to 10 men. A few minutes after that, we did have another chance off the post. Ollie Turton delivering a good ball into the penalty area, deep cross from our right, and Healy connects with it. A diving header, but his effort cannons off the woodwork. It was an unlucky one, actually, to be fair. I thought it wasn't, actually, but again, good move. Before finally we put the game to bed in injury time at the end of the game. Danny Ward, 2-0 to us. Now more on the goal. Lots again. Your Pendy in the act again, going forward, creating. He deserves a massive amount of credit for this goal. Again, the young midfielder sprints down the right to collect the ball forward and wastes no time in delivering a great low cross in. And Wardy does well, diverting the ball past Killip at full stretch. And so your Pender definitely made an impact when he came on. And he's a really exciting young talent, and he's a superstar to me. I think he's a fantastic player. But look, the game did finish 2-0 to skewer our first win in the EFL trophy, and with goals from Ladapo and Ward. Look, Barnsley was completely non-existent in this match, to be honest with you, registering just one shot, as I said earlier, none on target whatsoever, so they did nothing. And again, as I go back to it, some much needed minutes into players as we remain in the EFL trophy. So it was a good run out for the lads. But look, we all know this tournament is a bit of a nothing tournament, but it was another chance to win a football game, and we did just that. And and that's what it's all about: winning, and especially after the form we've shown recently. I know we got back to winning ways at the weekend against the same opponent, but in the league. But I think we've been devoid of wins in recent weeks. So we needed to get another win, and we did it. So I'm really happy. I'm really glad about it, and it was a good run out and lots of positives. Just going to take a look at the stats here. We dominated the ball, 65% to their 35%. We had 24 shots with only 7 on target. So again, we really need to, and I'm not, obviously we won the game 2-0 happy days, but, at the end of the day, we're not going to get that amount of chances every game, and we need, to be a bit more clinical in front of goal, absolutely. But as I was saying, there are plenty of positives to take from this game. More minutes in the legs for players that haven't had much game time. It was good to see Healy back out there. Also, your Pendy getting some minutes, our young midfielder. I thought he would have started the game, and I said that earlier, but when he came on, he certainly showcased what he can do. And surely now we will see him get some more minutes in the league, because he's not even been on the bench in recent games for us in the league. So I would certainly be finding a place on that bench for him, because I think whenever he comes on, he certainly looks lively, he impacts the game, and he's a very exciting player to watch. He gets forward. He's as you can expect from a young lad like that, like Tom. He's just no fear, and he's a super player. I really love him. I really do. I think I'm a big fan. He knows that. Really, really happy to see him get some minutes though, and hopefully get to see more of him as well. But look, last night's attendance was 2,182. It was actually the lowest ever attendance for a competitive match for us at the new stadium. So I think it pretty much sums up that not many people are fussed about this tournament, and so it's not just us. A lot of clubs, the attendance across the board in this tournament are poor. But that's kind of a stat there for you guys. The previous lowest was 2,904 versus Peterborough United in the same competition in October 2010. But as I was saying, guys, I mean, just to kind of touch on before we finish, before we reach the end of the video, I did want to find a stat that I saw regarding the corners. I think it was like 24 corners in the last 2 games against the same opponent, and we've not converted any of them. Just not sure what's happening here. Hang on, just let me just quickly. I did have it noted down, but for some reason I can't find it. I saw it last night and I thought, wow. But as I was saying, whilst I wait for this, it were a comfortable evening for us, and absolutely we were worthy winners, absolutely, in this one. But I can't seem to find it, guys. I'm probably gonna leave it then, but I do think it's annoying when you find something and you forget. Right, anyway, I think we've had about 20 corners in the past few games, and we've not scored from any of the corners, and that's my point. I think we need to really build on that. But look, I'm not going to get carried away with these recent results. It's good to go into this international break with a win, so 2 wins on the bounce. So yeah, happy days. But we need to continue it after the international break. And whilst many of this fan base, I call them the happy clappers of this club, they seem to think that everything behind the scenes is all fine and everything now we've won games. But, you know, I saw it again when we beat Barnsley at the weekend. You know, I saw the blooming, oh, it's all perfect behind the scenes and everything's all fine. Well, no, it isn't. You know, you're just living in fake positivity land. So for me, I'm not going to get carried away with a few wins. Some will, but I won't. I want to see us continue this, and we need to improve as well. Because I'm sorry, you know, as I said, the chances we create, you've got to be putting them in the back of the net, and I think the fact that we should have, again, it was similar theme to the game in the league we had against them at the weekend. We had chances in that first half, but we couldn't convert them, and it was same again last night. You know, and we should have been ahead in both halves. We should have been ahead in both games at the end of the first half, but we weren't because we were wasteful in front of goal. So look, really pleased, really happy to get the win, but let's see how we go on now. But thank you all for watching. If you reached the end of the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do make sure you drop a like on the video, smash a like, smash the likes for me, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. We are trying to get to 700 as soon as possible, so that'd be good if you could help me share the channel around and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Let me know what you thought of the game and anything you want to add. I think I've kind of covered everything that I want to say. So yeah, a 2-0 victory, back-to-back 2-0 victories, in fact, sees going to this international break with a bit of positivity, and now it's just about being consistent and continuing this after the break and being better in front of goal. And just keep improving everything, because there's always room for improvement. But look, I'm going to start my prediction videos this week, guys. So I'm going to do the league. I'm only going to do League 2 because obviously the rest of League 1, Championship, obviously international break, not many fixtures, if any, in League 1. Might be 1 or 2 that are playing still, but most of them have been cancelled. And the Championship, obviously, all of them being cancelled. So I'm going to do my League 2 predictions on this week. So probably Friday I'll get those out. But yeah, it'd be good to get the prediction videos out onto the channel once again, up and running. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, up the town. Have a good rest of your day, and yeah, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.